catch 'em all.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to part 4 of the Goalkeeper Challenge. In this video, the first thing we're going to do, obviously open up what you have so far, is go to the event, and we're going to create one called Setup. Okay? With the Setup one, what we're doing is we're basically taking all of these things that are on the screen and just kind of pushing them off to the side, either changing the opacity to 0 or making them set hidden yes. Okay? That way they're not on the screen. You don't want game over to be there. You don't want to be able to see the detection zones and all that. You don't want to be able to see, you know, goal back and whatever else is on the screen. Okay, you really would just want to see the three main things, which is the goal, the player, and the ball. Okay, so in this event there are going to be, I believe, 7 lines altogether. We're going to have, let's see, we're going to start with system, okay, which is obviously a very popular start point because we need to tell the system that the runtime scene start. Okay, so when the scene starts, what do we want it to do? We want game over to be an appearance set hidden yes. We want all of the, we're going to have to put the plus here. Okay, so the difference between this plus and this plus is that that one would give you an and or. So when this and this, the plus down here is just going to be more do factors. Okay, so we actually don't want that one. All right, so when the system scene starts, the game over goes set hidden yes. We have all in text class is going to be an appearance set opacity set manual 0. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of those. Add another one. This one is going to be all in the goals class. Okay, so these are the detection points. Okay, appearance set opacity set manual 0. Add another one. You're going to have the bottom piece, okay, that piece that we have the timer and all that stuff on. That's also going to be an appearance set opacity set manual 0. Add another one. You're going to have all in the goals class, appearance set hidden yes. Okay, so basically we changed the opacity down so you can't see it in goals, but we also have them off the screen for now. If we just had it hidden, you know, having it hidden no, when we bring it back later, we don't want to be able to see it, but we want it to be there, if that makes any sense. Okay, so the opacity does have to stay at 0 for those detection points, and for now we're going to set it hidden yes, but later on in the events we're going to say, okay, set hidden no. All right, and we'll bring it back and then we'll work with it. Okay, and then there's one more here. It's going to be the goal back. Okay, so now you see that the colors don't translate into the events here, which is fine, but that's why we named things. So the goal back is going to be also an appearance set opacity set manual 0, and then hit done. Okay, now I also like to close these too, so I don't know, you know, it's up to you guys, but I like to close it and have it be done, and then we'll add a couple more in a second. Okay, so hit done on there. All right, so when I start the game, all of that stuff is now gone, and I'm back to my 3 main features of the game, and we're ready to move on. Okay, so moving on, what you're going to do is you are going to create a basic shape, which is going to be a bordered circle. You're going to put that down here for now. You're going to name that gloves angle. Okay, we got to get the gloves on the screen, and we've got to get them to change angle as you move your cursor from left to right. We also have to set it up where as you grab the gloves, you can actually move them around, which is a behavior called drag. Okay, so let's take it one step at a time. So click on here, change the name to gloves angle. You're going to turn solid off. You're going to put this on layer background. Okay, you're going to make it a tinted color, and we're just going to make that a different tint, so we might as well make it like blue or something like that. Okay, better blue. And you're also going to change the size. The size of this is going to be 0.5 by 0.5, so 0.5, 0.5. We have a position of 0, -2. Make sure that says negative. That'll put it right down here. Okay, and then you're going to add 2 behaviors. We're going to do a counter on there as well. Leave this alone. Add another behavior, and you're going to do a not counter. We already did that. Move to center. Counter. Oh, and random number. Okay, So the random number one is the actual one that's going to be from 1 to 15. 15 different possible scenarios for the soccer ball to travel. Okay, so leave these like this for now. And then your next step is going to be the gloves. Okay, so we're going to add the gloves in. Go to My Uploads. There are actually two gloves for a reason. One of them has like a halo around them, making them a little bit brighter. So after the ball hits your hand, it kind of lights up for a second and shows you that you saved it. Okay, it's almost like a little bit of an appearance trick. Okay, so bring in gloves 1. All right, you could put that down here somewhere for now. Click on it. Don't change the name. Just leave it how it is. It's fine. In appearance, you're going to do 1.5 by 1.5. Make them a little bit bigger. Solid is going to be off. You're going to change this. This seems kind of counterproductive, but you're going to change the image orientation to be 180 degrees. They're actually going to be upside down. Now, if you can't get to 180 here, while you're holding on this, move this out to here, and you'll be able to more accurately get each individual degree. Okay, so we want 180. All right, so it is upside down. We want to add behaviors to it, so you're going to go to behavior, add behavior, drag. And with drag, you just leave that as active on and physics off, okay, the way that it is. And you're also going to put a counter on the gloves as well, okay? So all these things are based on a timing sequence, and they all have to kind of time together with each other in order to work, okay? So here's your counter. Leave this alone. Click off, okay? Move the gloves into the center. Now the gloves don't have to be dead center, but if you want to get technical, you can go in here and do position and just change this first one to be 0. And you can also, you know, for the Y, you could just make that -0.5, or you can leave it alone. That's up to you. You're gonna click and hold on it anyways and move it around where the soccer ball is, so it really doesn't matter. Okay, so that's there. When I hit play, you'll see the gloves are here. I can move those gloves around. Okay. Later on in the events, we'll have it where when it restarts, it goes back to the center again. That way, if you get scored on, your gloves aren't all the way up here still, and you have to go kind of click and move them around. They will recenter, okay? Let's see, what else? So we're going to bring in the second set of gloves, okay? The second set of gloves, like I said, go to My Uploads, is going to basically just be a little bit of a trick where it's got a halo around the outside of it, okay? So same thing. Go on these gloves, go to Appearance. You're going to change this to be 1.5. We're going to pretty much mimic what we did on the last one. You're going to do solid off, okay? You're going to leave this one off to the side, but when you save the ball, it's just going to use that image that's out there over top of the other gloves, okay? So you don't have to move that into the drawing or anything like that, all right? 1.5 by 1.5, and also down here, we're going to rotate it to be 180, okay? Let's see, outside of that, we have 2 events we're going to do, and then we're going to call it quits on this video, okay? So, events, add event. We're going to call this one gloves angle, all right? Now, this is what's going to set up where the gloves are going to basically, let me go back and show you. These gloves are going to pivot off of this point, okay? So, think about my hand like this, and think about this being a line that goes straight down to that blue mark. Okay, as my gloves move this way, it's going to pivot on that blue mark, which is going to make your hands turn to the left, and it's going to pivot this way and make your hands turn to the right, leaving that blue mark alone. So the blue mark stays, and the hands just kind of pivot off of that point. Okay, so if you go into your events, we got gloves angle. What you're going to do is gloves angle 1, appearance, hidden, no. Okay, so when the gloves are not hidden, okay, the gloves 1, not 2, gloves 1, the angle is going to face object, gloves angle, which is this little circle right here, okay? So when they're not hidden, okay, they're going to face the gloves angle, which is going to change its angle, and it's also going to make it move and pivot with that circle like I was saying, okay? Also, you put the little plus here. You're going to do gloves 2 is going to do the same thing. Angle, face object, and you're going to face it at gloves angle. And then the last one is you're going to add this down here as well. You're going to go to the ball, and you're going to do move towards, set speed, ball speed. So that's basically just saying, hey, ball, pay attention to this ball speed variable that we created in order to know how fast the ball should move, okay? So go back up to the top. You can hit done. You'll notice that the hands are now correct, and as I move them around, they pivot correctly. Okay? Go back into your events again. The next event is going to be called random number generation. Now, this one is not something that you're going to be able to see right away. So what I like to do is I like to put this in and hit play and show you what it does. Put this one on, hit play, show you what it does. We won't be able to put this one in and hit play and see a difference. This is just stuff that's going on in the background. Okay? So call this one random number generation. And what you're going to do is you're going to go back down to system, and you're going to say when the runtime repeats every second, so every 1 second, basically as it's running, every second, this is what I want it to do. I want the bottom to randomly generate a number, generate random number, and I want the gloves angle to do the same thing. Random number 1, generate random number. And you can close that one and hit done. Okay, so like I said, when I hit play now, you're not going to see any difference, but that code does need to be there for generating those random numbers, and that's going to pick up in the next video, and you'll be able to understand a little bit better why we're doing that. Okay, but for now, that's the end of this video. That's already, I think, how long was that? Another 11 minutes. All right, not bad. So I will see you guys in the 5th part. I appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully I'll get that 5th and 6th one up maybe tomorrow. All right, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks a lot. Gotta catch 'em all.